Thank you. Thank you for turning out in record numbers in November election. Thank you for the faith you put in me and Vice President-elect Harris. And thank you for standing strong to make sure your voices were heard, your votes were counted, and counted, and counted again. I'm starting to feel like I won Georgia 3 times.
Joe Biden making his first trip to Atlanta today since being declared the president-elect. He's hoping to ride his momentum and rally support for Georgia's 2 Democratic Senate candidates, Jon Ossoff and Reverend Raphael Warnock. These runoffs seen as key to President-elect Biden's ability to get things done in Washington, with the overall balance of the Senate resting on Georgia's 2 seats.
11 Alive's Doug Richards is live now in Kirkwood with the latest. Hey, Doug.
You know, old-time politicians used to talk about whether political figures had coattails, which meant that they had enough clout to help other candidates on the ballot. Georgia Democrats are betting that Joe Biden, who barely won Georgia last month, has coattails of sorts to help Democratic U.S. Senate candidates in next month's special election.
Georgia, you did it!
Democrats Raphael Warnock and Jon Ossoff are trying to do what no Democrat has done in 20 years, win a U.S. Senate seat in Georgia. Yet because Joe Biden won a whisker-thin victory here November 3rd, Democrats think they can win again in January.
And he won Georgia. I mean, you got to remember that. I mean, his coattails should be long enough to win Georgia again.
You have the power to win this election again. Let your voices be heard so the voice of Georgia can be heard. There's nothing beyond our capacity. There's no limit to America's future.
So I'm excited about this election, and I fully expect us to win both these seats this time around.
Yet Republicans Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue have also had high-profile help, including regular appearances in Georgia over the last 5 weeks by Vice President Mike Pence, plus a visit 10 days ago in Valdosta by President Trump. With hundreds of millions of dollars already spent on campaign ads for this runoff, the stakes are huge for both parties.
So let's choose hope over fear, unity over division, science over fiction, and yes, truth over lies.
Joe Biden delivered those remarks in a wintry, windswept day in an in-town Northeast Atlanta neighborhood in a statewide election. The question is reasonably asked, how much clout could Biden have in this special election in Georgia? And the answer is probably that it's better than him not showing up at all, and everything will count if this election is close as it is expected to be. Back to you.
Doug, I'm curious about your observations in what has been an incredibly long election, season as voters have gone to the ballot again and again and again. Did you feel good energy out there today? Was there anything that surprised you or stood out to you in particular?
I was surprised that on a weekday afternoon, on a school day, I saw probably 400 people lining the street out here between downtown Kirkwood and Hosea Williams Drive over here on my right. Folks came out very enthusiastic and not at a typical time of day that you would expect.
Yeah, they're still behind you there on the street. Doug Richards reporting. Thanks a lot.